Good morning! Welcome back ulit sa ating lecture room. Estate tax amnesty pa rin tayo, but this time we are going to talk about the installment payment. Paano po ba mag-apply ng installment payment? At ano po yung mga iba't ibang klaseng installment payment under the law na ginagrant ng BIR pag mag-apply po tayo for the purpose of payment of the estate tax. Take note, ang discussion natin ngayon, estate tax per se at saka estate tax amnesty, no, na pagbayad ng estate tax. Dalawa po, sabay na po ito. Kasi in both cases, under the train law, pwede po mag-apply ng installment payment. So with that, wag po kayo mawala. Babalik po ako after this very short intro. Yes, yun nga po, no, ang ating issue is paano natin mag-apply ng installment payment sa estate tax. Okay, so take note that itong installment payment rules, no, sa estate tax na i-discuss natin ngayon, sabi ko nga po, yun pong regular estate tax payment covered under the train law na hindi saklaw ng ating estate tax amnesty, kasama po dito sa ating discuss. Parehas lang po. At yun pong covered sa estate tax amnesty na mga deaths or kamatayan ng ating mga ninuno or decedent is that same rin po ang rules, no? And with that, I will proceed, no, with this installment payment. Now, 2 years po, no? Yan po ang binibigay na installment payment period para pag mag-apply po tayo para sa payment ng estate tax, no? So, under the law, there are two kinds of installment payment, no? Isa yung cash installment and second is yung tinatawag nating partial sale of property or partial disposition of property. So, cash installment po, bayad ka ng cash, no? Installment payment. Sa partial sale of property, hihingi natin ng permiso sa BIR na magbenta tayo ng isang property para po, yun po ang gamitin natin pambayad po sa estate tax. Okay? So, we will discuss first the cash installment. Okay, unahin natin si cash installment. Now, take note that ang pinakaunang gawin po is, of course, meron po tayong letter of request na i-address po natin sa BIR. I will assume, no, na meron na po tayong complete records, no? Yung mandatory requirements na di-discuss natin doon sa ating previous video lectures, no? And I hope that alam na po natin ano po yung mga requirements. Kung hindi po, check nyo lang po dito sa link below na ilalagay ko sa comment section, ha? Para at least mapanood po ninyo yun. Punta tayo sa letter of request assuming na meron na kayo ng mga requirements, no? Okay. So, gagawa po tayo ng letter of request po, no? Together with the mandatory requirements, pati yung mga estate tax returns nating i-file. And, isabit na din sa BIR. Saan po? Well, it would be at the Revenue District Office kung saan tayo kumukuha ng TIN ng decedent, yung namatay, at saka yung saan tayo magpapile ng estate tax amnesty return, ETAR, or ETR, estate tax return. Okay? Depende po, estate tax amnesty o hindi, regular. Ganun din po ang proseso. So, ibig sabihin, the place kung saan po yung namatay, last residence nung decedent, no? Kung saan yung pinakahuli niyang address po. Alright, now, gagawa tayo ng letter of request at ito po itsura ng letter of request, no? Gumawa po ako ng letter of request dito para po mas maintindihan natin. So, I will zoom this one. So, this is addressed to Attorney Romeo D. Lumagi Jr., yung commissioner po natin ngayon sa BIR, and Room 511 BIR National Office Building, BIR Road, Diliman, Quezon City. True, no? Sa RDO po. Ito example po si Ma'am Cherry E. Haldon, CPA po. Ito siya po yung RDO namin sa Revenue District number 113 West, Davao City po, no? So ito pong letters addressed sa kay Commissioner through Ma'am Cherry, no? Revenue District Officer. Request for 2-year installment payment of the estate tax of decedent Juan de la Cruz. Okay. Dear Attorney Lumagi, greetings. In line with the Revenue Regulations number 10/2023, which amended certain provisions of RR number 6-219 and issued to implement the extension on the period of availment of the estate tax amnesty pursuant to Republic Act number 11956, further amending RA number 11213 tax amnesty as amended by Republic Act number 11569. Take note, kailangan po natin ilagay yun kasi yun ang protocol no na dapat i-cite natin yung mga ano. That's why kung meron po kayong camera, you have to take picture on this para po makita niyo yung parang prelude no, pre intro no. So ito po ang talagang point no. We the heirs of Juan de la Cruz are requesting approval from you to allow us to pay the in-state tax due of our deceased parents, okay? Papa niya kasi ito parents niya, through installment payment within 2 years from the statutory date of its payment without civil penalty and interest. Ito pong nasa huli, ang request po nila is that our request is for installment payment through cash installment, no? A request for installment payment is through cash installment since the available cash of the estate is insufficient to pay the total estate due. So, yan po, no? Zoom down. So, yun po ang letter natin, no? Kay Attorney Lumagi, the Commissioner. Now, sino po mag-approve dito? Siya po or kanyang authorized representative? Usually, ang ina-authorize po niya ang RDO. In this particular case, si Ma'am Cherry Haldon is pwedeng i-authorize niya to approve the request. No? So, take note that this is subject for approval. Now, need po approval because it is a request. It is not a privilege. No? You are granted that right to ask, no? Pero it doesn't mean it will immediately be granted kasi meron din silang mga grounds tingnan kung papasa ka ba o hindi. Pag hindi ka pumasa, pwede nila i-deny. In most cases, ina-approve naman, no? Basta pag-explain lang mabuti, hirap kami magbayad and we want to pay. That's why gusto po namin installment kaya hindi talaga makaya. Dahan-dahanin ng bayad within the period of 2 years. In most cases, papayag naman si RDO, si BIR. Now, it is possible po, no, na upon approval, sige, magagawa siya ng letter. Your request letter, Mr. Damian Manlupig de la Cruz, representative of the heirs of Juan de la Cruz, okay, approve. However, subject to the following conditions. It's possible kasi that they will require yung tinatawag nating surety bond or heirs bond. Okay, ano po ba itong bond na ito? Okay, i-zoom in natin. Well, ang itong bond na ito po, no, ang surety, kukuha po yung principal, yung heirs ng deceased, ng surety bond, no, as required by the obligee. No? Sino ba yung obligee? Yan po yung si BIR, no, na bibili po tayo ng bond para kung sakaling hindi natin makomply ang ating requirement, pwede pong habulin ni BIR ang ating payment or damages sa estate tax through this surety bond, no? Through the surety bond. So, magbibigay po ng surety bond. Possible po yan. Bakit ko po sinasabing possible? Kasi, sa Revenue Regulation ng 2018 on how to pay estate tax amnesty and apply for installment payment, kasama ito na pwede pong i-apply or i-require rather ng BIR sa atin, no? Kung sakaling mag-apply tayo ng installment payment. So, sabi, because of that, it is possible na i-require din ito for purposes of the estate tax amnesty request for 2 years installment. No? So, maging handa lang po tayo. Marami naman ng mga accredited sureties ng BIR. Pwede po tayo magtanong kung sino po yung mga accredited surety bonds nila doon. Okay? Parang heirs bond po yan siya. So, as I said, this request, no, is not actually a matter of right kasi may discretion po si BIR to refuse kung ma-found out nila that it is being done to, you know, to cheat the government or may mga kalokohan, pwede lang i-deny, no? And require that you have to pay in part. Kasi ang rule kasi, pag once mag-file tayo ng return, whether estate tax return or estate tax amnesty return, is that kailangan po nating bayaran kagad sabay, no? Kasi pag mabigyan natin ng payment form, bayaran na natin sa bank, di ba? But this time, wala man tayong pambayad, gusto natin mag-installment. So, ito po ang requirement. Now, ano po ang ating mga rules on this, no? Sa cash installment. Now, take note, number one rule is that yung sworn ETAR para po sa estate tax amnesty covered, no? Or yung ETR, estate tax return, tapos yung acceptance payment form or para doon sa estate tax amnesty covered or yung payment form nila. At saka yung MR. Ano yung MR na yan? Yan po yung mandatory requirements, no? Na-discuss na po natin yung certificate of death, etc., no? TIN ID and all very important requirements, no? Which are needed. It should be filed within the extension period kung sakaling estate tax amnesty. So, yung sworn ETR, ETAR, within the extension period of June 15, 2023 to June 14, 2025. Kasi 2 years lang po tayo, di ba? Nandyan po, within that period, dapat na i-file natin for the purpose of the sworn ETAR, no? Ngayon, kung yung estate tax return lang after deaths of May 31, 2022 na covered sa train law, within 1 year pagkamatay. So, kung namatay nung June, dapat June 2022, dapat by June, before June 2023, na i-file po yung ETR at saka mandatory requirements. Otherwise, kung hindi na-file, hindi po tayo makaka-avail ng cash installment. Yan po ang rule, no? So, it must be filed within the reglementary period, whether it is for application for estate tax amnesty or the regular estate tax payment, no? Under this estate tax return. Okay, so yun po ang tandaan po natin. Ibig sabihin, baka kapag request lang tayo ng cash installment kapag na-file natin sa tamang panahon. Kapag hindi mo na-file sa tamang panahon, hindi ka na pwede mag-apply. You have no right to ask for an installment anymore. Okay, so with that, ang cash installment payment should be paid within 2 years from the date of the filing of the return and of course, approval by the BIR. Okay, dapat bayaran mo. Let's say, kahit na na-file mo sa 12, sa ika-10th month, kung sa regular na estate tax proceeding, is that you will be given 2 years from that date. Okay. And kung sakali namang na-file mo within 2 years doon sa estate tax amnesty between June 15, 2023 until June 14, 2025, doon po mag-start kung kailan mo na-file ang 2 years, no, to pay. Okay, maganda ito. At least hindi tayo mahirapan. At ano po ang frequency of payment? Paano po? Sir, paano po kami magbayad? So, meron pong it's monthly, meron pong quarterly, every quarter, semi-annually. So, ibig sabihin, twice a year, and annual, every year. So, twice ka magbayad doon, no? Monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual, no? Now, may nagtanong sa akin kung requirement ba mag-issue ng post-dated check. Hindi sinasabi sa batas, no? Pero, okay din magbigay ng PDC, no? Para at least ang gagawin ng BIR is to deposit na lang, no? But, ang problema, BIR doesn't accept PDCs but only manager's check, no? So, I think this kind of payment should be done also doon sa AAB. So, yeah. I do not know kung pwede sa AAB magsabit ng post-dated checks, no? Mahirap po yun. But take note, the frequency of payment, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual. And take note, no? Ito po ang tandaan nyo, ang deadline po and amount of each installment, no? Yung deadline, dapat nakalagay po doon sa estate tax amnesty return or the estate tax return, no? Kasi pag hindi naka-apply doon, nakalagay doon, hindi po yan siya ma-approve po, no? So, ang deadline, tapos yung amount of each installment, kung monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, annual, tapos dapat merong approval ng BIR. Okay, take note of that. And then, take note that there will be no penalty during the estate tax within the period of installment. So, kahit na maglampas ka na sa June 2025, kapag nagbigyan ka na ng 2 years to pay, okay? But as long as na-file mo ang sworn ETAR mo within that period, no, of the extension, is that as maglampas ang 2 years mo doon, no penalty ka doon. Okay? Kasi nag-grant ka naman, na-permit ka naman ng BIR na magbayad ng installment. Ganon din po sa regular estate tax proceedings wherein namatay ang decedent after the June 1, no, 2022. And it should be filed within 1 year. Pag na-file po ng ganun, tapos lumampas ka doon sa period ng 1 year from the date of the receipt, okay lang. Kasi importante is na permit ka, nag-grant ka na BIR ng 2 years to pay. Okay, so yan po, no? Paano naman po kung lumampas ang period wherein lumampas na ang 2 years installment payment ninyo and then hindi nyo na kompleto ang bayad? Baka may isang month ka doon or isang quarter na hindi nabayaran dahil gipit sa pera. Ano po ang patakaran? Okay, yan ang tinatawag nating deficiency tax, no? Kulang po tayo nakabayad. So, ibig sabihin, the rule is that, sabi ng batas, basahin ko ha, in case of lapse of 2 years and without the payment of the entire tax due, the remaining balance daw thereof shall be due and demandable. So take note, yung remaining balance lang, automatic due and demandable na yon. And then, with civil penalties and interest. Okay, meron ng civil penalty. Kukumputa na kayo ng penalty. Kasi, binigyan ka nga ng 2 years, tapos lumampas ka pa rin, hindi ka man nakapagbayad within that period. So yung portion na hindi mo nabayaran, yun po ang masasubject for penalty and interest, no? Okay, take note of that, no? So, take note, when you do a installment payment, is that hindi po kayo mai-issuean ng e-car niyan, ha? Kasi installment antayin tayo. So, ang e-car nyo, lalabas po yan siya kapag na-fully paid na po ang ating estate. Okay? So, take note of that. So, I hope you learned something, thing or two in our lecture. And ako, masaya rin ako kasi na tutunan ko na meron palang ganito, no? Ganito pala ang rules, no? And nakapag-apply ka mo once pa lang sa isa kong client and yeah, we were able to help them get this 2-year installment. Next time po, pag-uusapan natin yung partial disposal ng property. Yung baka sabihin natin, Mr. BIR, pwede ba ibenta ko itong isang property kasi para yung proceeds ito, yun ang pambayad ko sa estate tax? Yes po, pwede po. That is covered under the rule on installment payment. Ibig sabihin, installment payment daw rin yan. Okay. And yan ang second part natin, which I will discuss to you, no? And the next video lecture natin. Very important kasi iba rin ang rules, no? Iba ang rules sa pag-apply at saka pag-request noon from the BIR. So with that, I thank you and I'll see you again next time. Maraming salamat po. Danke, sukran, mayong hapon sa tanan.